So I asked ChatGPT to come up with minimal photo ideas, and here's what it came up with. Okay, so I'm here in ChatGPT, and it came up with 10 photo ideas, so I'm gonna recreate all of them and see if they came up with good ideas. The first idea it came up with was to take a photo of a subject's shadow on a plain background or textured background. Since it is currently rainy and cloudy, there are no shadows outside, so we're gonna do this inside. I was thinking about using a plant just to get some interesting shadows, but the light is just not strong enough. It's not casting a good enough shadow. After fiddling around with the setup for a little bit, this is what I have come up with. Basically, I have this $10 lamp that's pointing at this succulent. I have a white piece of paper on my desk to get the most clean shadows possible, and basically ChatGPT created this idea. So here's the final result. Let me know what you think. Here's the before and here is the after. I went for just a vibrant, contrasty, punchy kind of image, and I think it turned out pretty sick actually. The second photo idea is something I've done many times. It's actually taking a photo of an object's reflection, whether that's in a mirror or a body of water. So let's go do that real quick. Okay, so it's not a good enough reflection, and I forgot the SD card, so you know. I think I might get a better reflection on this concrete, so let me try it. To be honest, I have my doubts on whether this will work, but we can always use a mirror, so that looks actually terrible. Wow, that's crazy. I'm just gonna go back inside and use a mirror, and maybe I can get some better photos with that. So I have this mirror that I'm using right here, and I have these plants, and I'm just gonna kind of fiddle around with it until I get something that looks kind of good. So let's try this. I'm not gonna lie to you, this doesn't look very minimal. I mean, it's a cool idea, but it's not minimal at all. Okay, so actually, after a little bit of editing, it does look kind of cool, but again, it's not minimal whatsoever. I'm throwing up some befores and afters on the screen right now, but none of them are great. So let's move on to the third photo idea that ChatGPT came up with. Okay, this one could be a little bit more interesting. The third photo idea ChatGPT came up with is to take a macro photo close up of like a insect, flower, or something like that. So that is exactly what I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, so just a slight issue. I don't have a macro lens. We're gonna make it work though. We're gonna make it work. I have a good idea. So as I was going around taking photos of things close up, I just couldn't focus close enough with this lens. That's not a huge lens issue, it's not a macro lens. So basically what you can do is you can take the lens and actually flip it backwards and just kind of hold it up to there and get really, really close-up shots. And I just did a few tests and they actually turned out pretty cool. So let's go check those out. I think if I had an actual macro lens, I could get some better photos. It's a good idea, obviously. I just don't have a macro lens. To be honest, the results actually shocked me a little bit. This first photo, I intentionally edited it to look very filmic and very grainy and that kind of look, but it actually looks so sick. That tiny little sliver that's in focus is really, really cool. I took some photos of this old camera in a couple other different places, and honestly, they all turned out pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty surprised. I could definitely see someone hanging these up as like modern art or something like that. They're pretty cool, and I actually might print them myself, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. As you can tell, it is now dark. Actually, it just so happens that for this fourth photo idea, it's actually good that it's dark out. The fourth idea ChatGPT came up with is actually taking a silhouette photo, essentially having the subject completely dark and the background bright. So I'm gonna try that using that lamp over there. I'm kind of thinking something like this. Okay, so this one was interesting. Turned out pretty good actually, but it's getting kind of cold out, so I'll check back in with you tomorrow. So it's the next day, and the fifth idea that ChatGPT came up with is taking a photo with parallel lines. Alright, so I know exactly where I want to go to take this photo, but I gotta ride my bike. Okay, so I'm here at the location that I wanted to shoot. It's actually a lot busier than I was expecting, but I think it'll still work. Since it's so busy, I'm trying to just find areas that are a little bit more secluded to take some minimal-ish photos. Here's the first one I took. It's just kind of a reflection shot, but it shows some pretty cool lines with the windows and stuff, and I don't know. It's kind of cool. I don't know though. I was kind of thinking of recreating a shot that I've already done before and using it because it turned out really cool last time, and the parallel lines, kind of like the leading lines, was pretty sick. So let me do that real quick. I decided to recreate this photo actually actually with a different building, but with an edit, I think it still turned out pretty good. Although it's not quite the leading lines I had imagined, so I took a few other photos and here's how those turned out. I don't know, let me know what you guys think, but that was only the first 5 photos. So yeah, that was only the first 5 photos. If you guys want to see the next 5 ideas that ChatGPT came up with, then let me know by dropping a like on today's video. And if you guys enjoyed this video, I have a whole playlist of photography videos that I think you might enjoy. So if you want to watch those videos, you can click on the screen in a couple seconds. Alright, see you guys.